Welcome back. You're watching State of the Nation, reaching you live from our station here in Lagos. Do remember you can get all our top stories from our website, it's channelstv.com, and also follow the m.channelstv.com. It's a live stream wherever you are in the globe, just so you can find us real time on your mobile devices. And don't forget, you could tweet at Gimba003 using also the hashtag State of the Nation, and let's get interactive on the subject. Let's know your thoughts on everything. Now, Nigeria's President Muhammadu Buhari says that Nigeria has made very significant progress towards ending Boko Haram insurgency in the northeast since his assumption of office on May the 29th, 2015. The president said that in collaboration with the multinational Joint Task Force, the Nigerian armed forces have driven the terrorist group from Nigerian territory into fallback positions. And the president was speaking at the Future Summit in the UAE. The special advisor on media to the Borno State Governor joins me now to reflect on this. I want to thank you so much indeed for coming on State of the Nation at this time. First, let's get and find out from you how the people of Borno State are settling down since the calm in attacks across that state.
Well, thank you so much. The people of Borno State, like you know, they have always been very much resilient. So far, everybody is settling, but of course, you know that we have always had the situation, you know, in the IDP camp, because you have people who live outside their homes, who stay in government-controlled, you know, camps. Of course, they are quite comfortable there, but no matter how comfortable somebody would be, a home would always be different from a strange place. But what I would tell you is that the Borno State government has responded quite swiftly to that. As we speak, reconstruction works are ongoing in phases. The state government is reconstructing many public institutions, particularly in Kaga, Konduga, and some part of Bama local government areas. So I would tell you that, you know, people are really settling. We are very optimistic that this problem has come to an end, and I can assure you that all hands are being put on deck to ensure that we accelerate the resettlement, you know, of citizens.
Interesting. Now there has been series of appeals by the state governments, especially in Borno State, to further engage the youths that assisted in the fight against Boko Haram. I believe they're called the civilian JTF. What do you make of the situation now? What should be done to that group of people?
Yeah. Well, if you recall, my boss, Governor Kashim Shettima, you know, started this appeal from day one, you know, when these youths got involved, you know, in these counter-insurgency efforts. The truth of the matter is that the fear of the governor from day one had always been what to make of these youths or what to do with them after the battle and the war has been won. Now, as soon as they emerged and they started assisting, you know, the military, one of the first things the Borno State government did in collaboration with the Nigerian military was to formalize their involvement. There was, you know, we worked with the National Youth Service Corps, the NYC in Maiduguri. There was many of these youths were registered. They were taken to the camp. They were given fresh orientation. They went through a lot of military trainings, and then they were documented, and then they were absorbed. You know, they are being paid salaries. But of course, I know that a lot of people got involved among these youth, and then nobody is in doubt as to the level of, you know, contributions that they have made. The governor, for one, at the state level, the state government, like you said, has been advocating to the federal government, and I think the president said it not quite long, that the federal government is committed to finding ways, you know, of really supporting these youths. But we all know that the counterinsurgency war has not been completely won. But like the president said, which Governor Kashim Shettima absolutely supports, the Boko Haram has been degraded. But we all know that there is still much to be done. these youths are still so much involved in, community policing. Only 2 days ago, they contributed in the arrest of, a Boko Haram kingpin, which, like I read on the newspaper, the man that was arrested has a link, with the abduction in Chibok. So I think these youths are still very, very important to what we are doing at the moment. And then I know that the federal government is very much concerned about what to do with them. And of course, you know that the effort of the president in terms of the presidential initiative of Northeast has a lot to do with the youths. I believe that the stakeholders, of course, with the complete involvement of the Borno State government, are very much concerned about creating avenues to have these youths fully involved. Because these are youths who have deeply gotten involved in what I may even call direct war. A lot of them were patriotic enough to have even followed some of the military men and women to front lines. So I don't think we'll forgive ourselves as Nigerians if we don't get worried as to what happens to these youths after that. I will tell you that the Borno State government is already rolling out a massive agricultural development program. We have a human capacity development program which involves sending some youths abroad. We have sent some youths to Thailand for agricultural trainings. We have sent some to India, and what have you. But specifically on these youths, because their level of involvement is not just a kind of dealing with the Borno State government, it involves the federal government also. The state government, the Governor Kassim Shettima is going to completely work with the presidential initiative on the Northeast to agree on what to do with majority of these youths.
So
but
how
like
concerned
I said, at the
are
moment,
you with...
a lot of them are being paid salaries by the Borno State government. The funding...
How concerned are you with the supposition that there could be proliferation of light weapons now that Boko Haram is largely degraded?
No, I don't think so. You see, everybody in Borno State has learned a very bitter lesson through a very hard way. I don't think anybody that has come from our experience would want to compromise, peace for anything. Look, everybody has gone through this very unfortunate crisis. We have suffered it. We have had so much pain. It's just now that we are beginning to see support from the federal government. All the years from 2011, when Governor Kassim Shettima took over, and Borno State was literally, isolated. But thankfully, we have a president that is very much committed, that is concerned about our plight in the state. And I think majority of the stakeholders, particularly at the National Assembly, the Senate president was in Borno State, the president's wife was in Borno State, about 3-4 ministers have already been to. But I think there is so much commitment from on the part of the federal government. And I can tell you that the issue of proliferation of light weapons absolutely doesn't arise. Because the people of Borno State know the impacts of crisis, particularly a crisis of this nature, more than any other part of Nigeria. I don't think anybody will compromise peace, for anything else. So I can assure you that by the special grace of God, there wouldn't be the issue of proliferation. After all, the proliferation of arms, like we talked about, they mostly come about where there is massive lack of employment, where there is so much poverty, where the youth are not engaged. And I would tell you that the Borno State government has a comprehensive program. Most likely in the next 2 weeks, the state government is likely to launch a post-insurgency agricultural revolution program where the state government is going to showcase what every part of Nigeria, will be surprised. I'll give you an instance. In the whole of Nigeria, there are about 52 combined harvesters. Borno State government alone has 27 out of what the entire Nigeria has. The level of equipment that the Borno State government has on agriculture, I can beat my chest and tell you that I do not think any state in Nigeria has it. And that will be unveiled within the next couple of weeks. And
Thank you so much indeed, Issa Gusau.
Of our agricultural program will be
Mr.
on
Issa
how
Gusau,
to engage the youths.
we would like to appreciate your time and your thoughts for talking to us on State of the Nation. Unfortunately, we're going to have to leave it at that. Many thanks indeed, the Special Advisor to the Borno State Governor on Media, Issa Gusau. And that wraps it up on State of the Nation at this time. We'll be looking at some other states much later that have been ravaged by insurgency in the coming weeks and days. I'm Gimba Umar, and this is State of the Nation.